Hey guys, it's Jeremiah with Teardown Systems, and today we are going over our Tactile Bead Kit. Our Tactile Bead Kit is a bead kit that is designed so that you can feel and identify your pouches, bags, anything like that, just by feel and or by visual observation. So we're offering these in glow-in-the-dark blue, glow-in-the-dark orange, glow-in-the-dark green, and just a black color if you don't want glow-in-the-dark. The glow-in-the-dark beads are very low transmission, so it's not something you're going to have to worry about if you're using night vision. They aren't going to glow enough to where you'll get spotted or anything like that, but they are enough that they'll give a subtle glow when you look down at them to be able to feel them in the field and also see them. But we wanted multiple ways of identifying your pouches and or your zippers, so that's why we also include them to also have 4 different shapes. So included shape-wise is a circular pattern, a gear pattern, a square pattern, and a triangular pattern, and that's because none of these are going to feel the same when you're using any type of gloves, and you're going to be able to quickly identify which pouch you're going into at night. And that's mainly why we made this kit. What's included in the kit is going to be our friction cord here. All these beads are specifically designed for it so that when you set the travel height on these, it's going to be the same every single time. That way, in the middle of the night, you're not trying to find the bead. You're going to know exactly where to look for it. You can either set it all the way at the bottom, in the middle, or at the top, but they aren't going to slip from those positions. And then that way, you always know exactly where they're at. So that's one way we've kind of really thought this out, is that you don't have to be worrying about these rotating on you, sliding around. They're perfectly designed for this, and we include 8 of our friction cord and also 2 sets of 4 shapes. That way you can either do, as you can see here, 2 whole pouches that if they have double zips on them, you'll be able to do 2 whole pouches with them. And obviously if they have 1 zip, you could quadruple that. So that's kind of our Tactile Bead Kit, and we have tested these so that if you're using a variety of gloves, so obviously we have thinner glove here, here's a mechanics glove, you'll be able to quickly identify that shape by obviously feeling it's a square or a triangle or such, but anything up to thicker things like this. So obviously this is an OR glove, and here's the interior liner, which is significantly thicker, and you'll be able to feel that at night no problem. And yeah, so it's a really cool product. We're going to go into how to install these and how you can do this at home when you get your kit. So we'll bring this bag over here that has a few already installed on it. So you can see our triangle ones here, our circular ones here, and how you install these is if you have prior existing ones on there, we suggest if you do have like shot cord or anything with some sort of give, that you switch over to what we have. Now this should fit other cordage, but we really suggest that this is what it's intended for, and we include it in the kit. So you'll cut your pre-existing ones off and then throw those out. Now there's a few ways of installing these that is going to make these easier depending on how large the hole is on your zipper. Sometimes you can just bite down on them to flatten it out and then shove it through, and then it goes in really easy. You're going to want to take your bead, and then whichever of these tips is a little bit like thicker or whatever, you want to slide that in beforehand. That way you can get the second one in a little bit easier. And then once it's starting to go through, you can actually pull the one that you already pulled through the first time, and it'll get you a little bit more length there. So once that's there, slide it all the way down, loop it, and just do an overhand knot. This is going to be a little bit trickier, but we do these to an exact length. That way you don't have too long of a cord or too short. And then once you do that overhand knot and it's kind of a little pulled through, pull the bottom of your knot up, and that'll cinch that cord and that friction lock there so that this is not going to unlock itself. Pretty much the only way of getting this off is if you cut it at that point. And now you'll have your bead locked in there. You can set it to all the way out or all the way in, whichever is easier for you to find and feel. And that's how you install these. But yeah, these are really nice upgrades to your bags. We run them on medical bags, especially since we are offering them in different colors. That makes it a very neat way of being able to differentiate what pouch is. So if you want to differentiate also not just by feel, but by color, you could, especially on medical pouches, you could do top zipper blue, middle zipper orange, and bottom green. And then that way there's an easy identifier in multiple different ways. But yeah, these are on teardownsystems.com. Train hard, serve others.